Hello, friends. It's time for another missions update here from the Dominican Republic. And we first just want to take a second and say thank you for your faithful support, your prayers, your encouragement through the years. We are going on year 23 of full-time service here in the Dominican Republic.
Look what I found.
And Allison has a picture of
Look at this,
a couple of kids.
Look, it's almost like it's the same faces. Look at that.
If you see these people, please
If you tell them it'll be okay. 23 years later, it'll be okay.
we still have the spark.
We do, right?
Right, a little bit less energy, but we are so excited about what God has done through the ministry all these years, and still excited about what lies ahead. Yeah. And so thank you for being on this journey with us.
Gary just bumped into his reading glasses, by the way. Let's just talk about how young we are. And now, there we go.
Yeah, there's those in that picture. But
exactly.
Anyway, we just want to take a few minutes to also update you on the ministry as it's going on right now.
Yeah.
There's always more to say, but we can only highlight so much. An alleyism, if you will, if you highlight everything,
you've highlighted nothing.
So with that said, let's just touch upon a few highlights.
Yeah. So one of the things, and you if you followed our past videos, you've heard us talking about the chapel ministry that my dad and the pastor Carlos and Gary have been walking with this new chapel ministry. And many of you know that it's neighborhoods where the people cannot easily get to the main church, EBIM, and so they've started the chapel ministry, and this just past month, they've transitioned leadership to Andri, who is a deacon at EBIM and is now
was a deacon.
Now he's got a full-time pastor's job in leadership, and he is so excited about all of the things that he already has planned for this community of Envy, and just ideas of how to engage with the local high school and the community center. And so we're excited as EBIM is now just walking alongside him, and at the same time as that chapel ministry matures, EBIM is already looking into new opportunities or new neighborhoods where another chapel is needed. So that's exciting.
Yeah, because we're hopeful that the chapels can eventually turn into churches. And so having EBIM connected and engaged is very important so that the resources and people, the prayer support is all connected into these chapels. And so part of this objective is the reorganization of the missions committee at EBIM. And Pastor Carlos has asked me to lead that in order to connect our people to our missions program, both internationally but also in country, as we look to further expand these chapel ministries that will hopefully turn into churches as they're raised up, in time. And so there's a lot of excitement about that. So just pray for me as we walk through this with our missions committee. We really want deep engagement from the church, and so.
And there's already some excitement.
Yeah, we're having a missions committee, our missions conference that's going to come up later in the year, and so we're just really excited about what God is doing through the ministry. And so it's always been, we want to be a strong, significant church as a hub in San Pedro, but also be strong sending people out and starting works. And so what's exciting for me is it's not just the American missionary, but the missionaries are serving through the church. And so this is getting the DNA into the church of planning other works. And so we're excited about that. Another thing that we're excited about is discipleship training through our life group.
Look at me with the props.
Yeah, you've got it tonight. You've got props all around. You even worked in my reading glasses.
I did. And so, so this is just our small group discipleship, some material that our pastor has asked us to, in our small group, to begin almost like a laboratory, almost like it's a think tank.
Best practices, how to illustrate.
It's exciting.
How to, what verses would you use here and there? Because most of the people in our small group have been Christians for a long time and have been involved in discipleship with others. And so it's really an iron sharpening iron. We have really enjoyed it. You would think, this is old material, but it's actually... it's refreshing.
It is. I was going to say that same word. It is refreshing just to walk with other people, other believers, and almost like enjoy
other practitioners too.
Yeah, and enjoy the joy again of our our salvation and our discipleship.
Leading other people.
And it's exciting to talk about in our small group.
So you can pray for us on that. We're just doing that for a season, just a refresher, and that way, hopefully, that just gets people excited about continuing to disciple other people. And so we're doing that for this season, and then we'll get back to our sermon-based small groups.
Yeah, and we've loved just those Wednesday nights. Speaking of Wednesday nights, I'm not going to be here this Wednesday night.
Nope, because here's your next prop.
There's the prop. I know. Look at it's everywhere. Thankfully, the Lord has given me the opportunity to be invited to a women's conference at Buffalo Valley Baptist on Saturday.
Up in the Huntington, West Virginia
area.
Huntington,
West Virginia.
It's actually in Wayne County.
It is out Wayne.
Yeah.
And so, because of that, Grace Gospel reached out, and I'll be at Grace Gospel this coming Wednesday evening, sharing an update about the ministry, specifically Mercy Workshop. I will also be selling some jewelry and some Mercy sweatshirts that we have. Hopefully, I think it's going to be a little cold. And then I'm going to be at Fellowship Baptist on Sunday.
Cold.
So cold. Look at that. This is our snowmobile adventure.
That was not planned.
That was not planned, but
yeah,
it is. Look at this.
Desk.
That was more than 20. That was before we got here. That was in Yellowstone.
They were really small kids.
Oh, did they even let them drive? They're so young.
Wow. We don't have much of that white stuff here.
So I'm excited about this upcoming trip. It's just a chance to share with our supporting churches. All three of these ministries support us personally, but then also they're excited to hear about Mercy Workshop. And as I've told you before on the video, I've told you obviously, but as I've told you before, the women of our ministry, the women of Mercy Workshop, are growing. Their children are getting saved and baptized, and it's exciting to see that generational change. And so I'm excited to be able to share that for the next week in the Huntington, West Virginia area.
Yeah, so Grace Gospel Wednesday night, Buffalo Valley on Saturday and Fellowship Baptist on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you're in the Huntington, West Virginia area, reach out to Allie. She would love to connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, one or two other things just to share quickly. We had another $10,000 come in for the pool at the villa, and so we're excited about that. That brings us to $30,000. We don't have a prop for that.
I was looking for a beach ball.
Yeah, so we don't have a beach ball, but we do have $30,000 of the $70,000 we're trying to raise. You can see the video that you've probably already watched. If you haven't, you can click it and you give more details about why that pool is important. But we're excited about that. If we can get another $10,000 in, we can actually buy the material that we're going to ship from the States here. So that would be an exciting step. Yeah. So pray for us that we can get this final in. This pool is really going to be used by lots of our group, all of our groups, and retreats, and sort of an oasis place for pastors and missionaries that just need to come, caregivers that need to come and just rest for a couple of days. And so we're excited about really being able to offer something that is deeply relaxing to them, to recharge their batteries, because these people work. I mean, not only is it hot, but just the rigors of ministry. And so we're excited about this being a piece of the hospitality.
Yeah, and one of the things that we heard from a group just a few months ago is that they love how they can just pour themselves out in ministry during the day and come back to the villa and be refreshed, because the beds are comfortable, it's open, it's light, and it's just, there's space, and you can breathe, and you're not walled in. There's 46 acres.
You don't have loud karaoke music going on.
Right.
Unless you're doing it, but I mean, not you.
Maybe. We do have a karaoke machine over there. I don't know if you
know but at a hotel, you lose that distraction. And again, to bring it back with those groups, it's an opportunity to impact people for missions. And so.
And you were impacted by a missions trip.
I'm a product of a missions trip. Yeah. So I believe in well-planned missions trips can be a win-win for the ministry on the ground, as well as plant seeds of missions in the hearts of the participants. And we actually heard of somebody
just this week. This was such a blessing to hear. Just this week, we heard from a young woman who, she's a missionary in Kenya. She and her husband serve in Kenya, and they were visited by a missions team from one of our other supporting churches, Harvest in Kansas City. out in Kansas City, and they brought Mercy Workshop gifts for the women. And she looked at the tag and it said Allison Hale, and she was like, "Wait, I know that name." And it was because she had been a missions trip participant 20 years ago. One of her very first missions trip was down here in the Dominican Republic, and she remembered serving alongside of me and Gary and Mom and Dad. And she even had a little picture and showed us. And it was such a, she sent this via Facebook Messenger, and it was such a blessing to hear, to be able to listen to praise and worship music by a group in the villa, but also read an update from somebody who 20 years ago was impacted by a missions trip here in the DR. And so
that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. And so we're excited, and we have one here right now, a group. They're in bed. I think they got up really early and flew down here, so
they were the quietest group.
They are the quietest group.
No
but
problem.
I think
we were able to do this prayer update, and so
again, we're excited to give you this update.
Yeah, we're excited about this, and so we hope you maybe can come down and see us sometime and see the ministry. But if not, thank you for staying connected through social media as well as these prayer updates. And please write us if you ever have any questions or about the ministry or how things are going. We'd love to hear from you. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for watching, and may the Lord bless you.